Macedonia. So,
okay, so we of course we remember with our strong classical orientation Philip of Macedonia, his son Alexander the Great. Right, we're not going to forget them. And just to be polite, what is the Greek way to refer to this country there?
The way to refer to this country is former Yugoslavic Republic of Macedonia. So,
okay.
And we are in negotiations, and Greece is prepared to backtrack and agree on the name North Macedonia. So it's that's the dispute. That's the name dispute.
The other thing we want to bear in mind is that there was an attempted CIA coup against the current leader of that country, Gruevski, and now we see why, because this is a way to go around those turbulent characters in Ukraine, for example, and once it goes from Greece into Macedonia, it could go much further. It could go to Italy, I think somebody was saying. Right? So that would get you, once you're in Italy, you're in the whole Western European gas distribution system.
Yes. So this Greek pipeline will begin at the Greek border with Turkey and enter Macedonia. That will, of course, bypass Ukraine. That's the whole point of it. But it's the need for such pipeline, the need for the Turkish stream, an extension of which is the Greek pipeline, came because the South Stream was cancelled. The South Stream was a proposed pipeline bringing natural gas from Bulgaria, and Bulgaria was the one that suspended this whole project. Also, Papandreou, you all know Papandreou, did everything he could to himself to suspend the project, but the Bulgarians did it first. So that was it. That was the South Stream. It was cancelled. Now, it would have been much preferable for Greece to have the South Stream and not be dependent on Turkey.
Right.
I don't know what problems could this cause to Greece in regards to Turkey, but right now, to be honest, the government will celebrate even this development,
right?
Because it's eager to have any sort of income and investment in Greek territory. So,
can I just add one thing, Michael? My comment on Tsipras in Moscow is, I hope, and I actually believe, that Tsipras and Putin would have discussed what's a worst-case scenario, a fallback option, in case Berlin goes crazy and just, go bonkers, and Greece needs to fall back on something. What would it be financially, economically? And I've also had reports in the past that Tsipras had been discussing what to do in the eventuality of a NATO attempt to intervene and interfere in Greek internal affairs. Would there be some kind of moral or other support that Russia might give? I think responsible statesmen would have had to discuss those things simply as options or clouds on the horizon.
Did you know that drinking pure, high alkaline water is one of the most important factors in maintaining high energy and vibrant health? Most experts agree that the water you drink should be at a pH level of 8 or higher. AlkaVision Plasma pH Drops, available only at alkavision.com, combine a unique formula of only the most alkaline minerals. AlkaVision Plasma pH Drops alkalize your water, ridding the body of harmful toxins, and helps you regain health and energy. Alkalizing your water by simply adding 10 drops of AlkaVision Plasma pH Drops helps helps the body rid itself of acidic waste, increases oxygen content, and raises the pH of your body to healthy levels. And bacteria and viruses cannot survive in an alkaline high pH environment. Order your bottle of AlkaVision Plasma pH drops for only $29.95 at alkavision.com. That's ALKAvision.com. Or call 269-409-1776. 269-409-1776. Alkalize your body. Supercharge your health at alkavision.com today.
Gold. It's like nothing else on Earth. From the Romans through the Renaissance, from the Industrial Age to the Space Age, gold has weathered the test of time. For 6,000 years, gold has remained the ultimate store of wealth. According to the World Gold Council and the U.S. Mint, demand is at an all-time high. The stage is being set for the reemergence of gold as the common-sense alternative to a fiat paper currency that gets weaker every day. Midas Resources is proud to offer the hard-hitting report that arms you with the truth you need to protect you and your family from the Fed's plans for your hard-earned money. Don't gamble with your future. Call Midas Resources today and ask for your free copy of As Good as Gold. Call 1-800-686-2237 for the report the Fed hopes you'll never see. As Good as Gold can be yours by calling 800-686-2237. If you have ever thought about owning gold, you must read this report. Call Midas today at 800-686-2237.
Registered pharmacist Ben Fuchs ensures he gets the best use of his mineral supplements by using Youngevity's Ultimate Enzymes.
If you start a nutritional supplement program and you find that you get loose stools more than you get any benefits from the supplements, there's a good chance that you're not absorbing the minerals. Now, here's the thing about minerals and mineral absorption. You need to have a functioning fat system. You need to have functioning bile. You need to have a well-functioning liver and a well-functioning gallbladder in order to get the benefits from nutritional supplements with minerals. It's very common that as we get older, we don't absorb fats, we don't utilize fats, and then you won't be utilizing or absorbing minerals either. I would be getting on the Ultimate Enzymes from Youngevity. I'd be making sure I was taking it with all my meals.
To get optimal use of your nutritional supplements, order Ultimate Enzymes from Youngevity by calling 866-735-2470. That's 866-735-2470 or on the web at brightsideben.com. That's brightsideben.com. Order today.
If the IRS has garnished your paycheck or seized money from your bank account, you need to get professional tax help now. Fast action is required to put a halt to these aggressive IRS collection tactics. You can count on the knowledgeable team of tax professionals at Wall & Associates. With over 30 years of experience, Wall & Associates has settled the tax problems of thousands of taxpayers for a small fraction of what they owed. For a free face-to-face consultation, call 1-800-425-4610 to put a wall between you and the IRS. 1-800-425-4610 or look for us on the web at wallandassociates.net. We solve tax problems. If you hire Wall & Associates today, you'll never have to talk to the IRS again. To stop the levies and seizures today, take action now. Call Wall & Associates at 1-800-425-4610. Wall & Associates, 1-800-425-4610. Based on actual cases, results may vary, not a solicitation for legal services.
Independently leading the way for the nation. Compelling talk for every political persuasion. We are G.
Radio. This is Webster Tarpley here in Washington, D.C., here among the cherry blossoms and the pollen. But we were hoping to get Reverend Edward Pinckney to come on. Remember, he couldn't join us last week because of family visits connected to the Easter holiday. But we're now approaching this crucial hearing in court on the 14th of April 14th, in the Berrien County Court there in St. Joseph, Michigan. But we're very fortunate to have the spokesman, the official spokesman of the Pinckney family, and also the man who is directing the legal defense and political defense, the Free Reverend Pinckney Committee, and that's Larry Pinckney. So we want to welcome Larry and a rundown on how the mobilization is going and what more we ought to do. Welcome, Larry.
Thank you very, very much, Webster. I'm deeply appreciative. Indeed, there are things that need to be done. The first thing that, well, first of all, let me say thank you and your audience, not just you, obviously, but the many listeners out there who are paying attention to this struggle. Let me just say right off the bat, as it were, that as you mentioned, the hearing, quote unquote, is coming up for Reverend Edward Pinckney on Tuesday, the 14th of April. It is imperative, I repeat, imperative, that we have a huge turnout at the Berrien County Courthouse. As you mentioned, it's in St. Joseph, even though Reverend Pinckney was moved on, not in St. Joseph, but in Benton Harbor. But that's another story. The point is that we're asking everyone to spread the word, number one, and to be there, if at all possible. If you can be there, be there. Let folks know that Reverend Edward Pinckney is not alone. I can say this definitively. I can say that Reverend Pinckney's struggle, and it's not just Reverend Edward Pinckney, it's a struggle throughout Michigan and throughout this nation. It happens at this moment that Reverend Edward Pinckney has become extremely symbolic in this struggle because he is going up, it's sort of like a David and Goliath struggle. He is going up against the infamous, insidious, avaricious Whirlpool Corporation, which is headquartered in none other than Benton Harbor, Michigan, or I call it really Benton Harbor, Mississippi. But anyway, the point is that all of us need to get this information out, get people there, contact the media. I can tell you that Reverend Pinckney's case has been spread all over the world, in Denmark, Norway, Finland, Sweden, Accra, Ghana, Lagos, Nigeria, Finland, Russia. I could go on, but I don't want to take up time doing that. The point is that we need to effectively spread this word and let Whirlpool Corporation, which, by the way, it's a thief, let's be honest. And that's why they want to really shut Reverend Edward Pinckney up, because he stood up to Whirlpool Corporation's thieving of the land from the people in Benton Harbor, the huge loss of jobs, the thieving of the water, and yes, water, W-A-T-E-R, from the people of Benton Harbor. And that should not surprise the listeners. All you have to do is look at Detroit and what's going on there, which happens to be in the same state of Michigan. So please, turn out enough, and be there at the Berrien County Courthouse. Reverend Pinckney refers to the machinations of what is going on in Benton Harbor, Berrien County, Michigan, as a criminal enterprise. And he specifically said to me, Larry, make sure you tell people that this is a criminal enterprise. So I want to be clear about that. This is a criminal enterprise against all of us. I don't care what your color or agenda is, black, white, brown, red, or yellow. The bottom line is we are being blood-sucked. Repeat, blood-sucked, economically and socially and politically by the corporate government, by these corporations who control our government, which means we don't. And as Benito Mussolini, the fascist, former fascist dictator of Italy said, he defined fascism as being specifically the coming together of corporations and the government. So I ask you, my brothers and sisters, what do we have in this country? We do not have democracy. We have hypocrisy. We have corporate plutocracy. We have